Do you like shiplap like I do? I'm going to show you how to install it in your ceiling next on HomeProHero. So I'm working on the home office and I want to put the shiplap on the ceiling. Stick around the end, I'll tell you what this is going to cost and how much time it took me to do this. Man, we love shiplap in this house. It's a lot of different places, a lot of different colors. It looks great, doesn't cost a lot of money, it's easy to do. In my project, I'm working with new construction, so all the studs are exposed. Now you could easily put shiplap over top of your existing drywall. There's two different shiplaps out there. There's a traditional shiplap that overlap each other, and then there's what they call a nickel gap shiplap. I'll put this chart on the screen, kind of let you know the differences between the two. You need to select the product that's best fit for your project. Same look, different type of product for a lot of different reasons. There's pros and cons to all of them, but when it comes down to it, it came down to price for me. Now what we need to do is we need to measure the room long to see how out of square our walls are. Sometimes it's really hard to measure without someone else here. There's no one else in the house right now. And the problem is, your tape wants to fall, and it's frustrating. Solution is get one of these. I don't know what they're even called, but you can get them at Lowe's. This is a Craftsman series, very, very cheap. It'll actually digitally measure the space that you're looking for. These work great. You don't have to spend a ton of money on them. I'll put a link in the description. I'm about a 1/16 out of square, so not an issue at all. I am going to cover the edges of the ceiling with maybe like a 1x material to kind of give it a finished, clean look. So I don't have to be perfect. I want to be somewhat close. My first 10 boards will be 7'4". I'll go up there and cut them right now. Look, do you like these types of projects? Do you want to increase your house and property values? It's real simple. You can start right now by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. In my project, the studs are exposed. You could also do this same type of roof on an existing drywall ceiling with no problem at all. You just have to locate the studs, use maybe a stud finder. Once you find the studs, then you simply mark them so you know where they're always at, and you just nail accordingly like I'm going to show you here in a few minutes. If I can, when I start a new project, I like to cut all the pieces ahead of time and then lay it out on the floor, especially when it comes to a ceiling. As you can see here, the plan is very simple, but I do have a couple obstacles I need to work around. Okay, we're ready to go. The layout looks good. It's gonna come off the framed wall. Hey, that's why it's important to make sure you frame your walls straight, because it's so much easier when you do ceilings and whatnot. So I'm gonna come a 1/2 inch off this wall to make that corner work over here. Give me plenty of room for forgiveness. I have a little cheat sheet block I'll use. Okay, the key here is to make sure my block is tight with the board. I'm gonna go tight up against the wall because I know that concrete wall is not moving. The wood wall could technically move. So I'm gonna go tighter to here, plus my brick goes up here, and I need to hide that edge a little better. I probably will come off the wall just a tad bit. I don't want it to be too tight. Sorry about the lighting. I know it's probably bad down here, but I don't have much to do. I'm in a basement with no windows. All right, so I'm gonna come off that just a tad bit. There we go. I'm off about maybe 1/8 of an inch, if that. And then I'm gonna start right here. And all we're gonna do is same thing. We'll measure off, make it tight. Everything looks good there. And we're gonna get it right here in the corner. We're just gonna go tight on the ends here. Nail it. So that makes the next board come on pretty good. Just gonna go ahead and give it a good tack right here. It won't be visible. Hard work's kind of done. So all we gotta do is put up the next piece and make it nice and tight. Okay, I got the first 2 boards up. All you gotta do is make sure they're tight, and everything should work out fine. Keep your fingers crossed, right? You never know till you get to the end. but I feel confident it's going to look good. So I'm going to get to work and see how fast I can lay this. I am going to use a combination of liquid nails along with nails to actually install the ceiling. I would recommend the same thing. The liquid nails is almost like a liquid shim. So you put the liquid nails down and any differences between one stud to another will be made up by the liquid nails. Gives it more of a solid feel. The nails I'm using are 18 gauge, 1 3/4 inch long nails, and I'm using a DeWalt 18 gauge brad nailer. 18 gauge is plenty big enough for this project. Now luckily I don't have anything to cut around on this ceiling. The light's going to be installed after the fact, but you know, in existing drywall you're more likely going to have to cut around vents and lights. If that's the case, and you just need to remove the trims, put the trim pieces back on after the shiplap's been installed. Okay, it's halftime, I guess you'd call that. More than halftime. I got all the shorter pieces in. They came out pretty good. I'm a little bit off the little nibble right there. I don't think it's a problem. We'll find out when I put the next piece in. It's gonna be close. The liquid nails is actually helping with the difference in the variation from one to another. It kind of cushions it when I blow a nail in. So I don't show it right here. I don't have enough to show you. But any kind of gap that's being left from each one is actually being filled by liquid nails. Now this ceiling doesn't have any joints or corners. If I was using corner material, outside corner material, I would use trim boards to go over top the shiplap to give you a nice clean finish. If I did have butts in this particular room, I would just land the joint on top of a 2x4 and then nail both sides accordingly. Maybe using some liquid nails in between. The last piece is usually the most difficult because you have to do what they call a rip cut. Basically cut the board long ways. Not a big deal if you have a jigsaw. It always helps to have extra hands, especially in this project. Unfortunately, I'm the only one here today, so I'm on my own. I'll make it work. So I still have to fill the holes and paint it, but I'll do that after I'm done with all the wall work. So you think this looks good, huh? Wait till I put the light up here. Custom light I'm putting up there with LEDs. Gonna be incredible, multicolor. This only took me about an hour and a half to install. I did have some time with planning and going to get the wood and stuff like that. So, you know, honestly, probably about 4 hours altogether from start to finish, picking it up, getting it, planning it, and installing it. Not bad. So about $230 in wood and shiplap, probably another $20 in liquid nails and regular nails for my nail gun. So I'm out about $250 for this roof. A drywaller probably would have charged me 3 to 4 times that, so maybe close to $1,000 to actually put drywall up there, tape it, texture it. Ceiling's done. What's next? One of my favorites, wainscoting, plus a hidden door to hide those utilities. I'll see you next time.